What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hopefully, you're having a very wonderful Hump Day Wednesday. We got some inflation data this morning. Let's go and check that out. Market's not really doing a whole lot, so yeah, there we go. CPI was what we got this morning, and it did come in at core inflation CPI core. Came in at 3.2%, which was basically flat from forecast. Forecast is coming in at 3.2%. Prior was 3.3%, so it did come down a little bit from last month's reading. Total headline inflation, though, year over year, came in at 2.9%. Forecast is calling for 3%. Prior was also 3%. So there you go. Did come down ever so slightly. We are seeing the market up ever so slightly currently. We had a little bit of a gap up, not much of one. We did trade a little bit negative, not too big of a deal. Past 25 minutes though, trading higher. There you go. Nice little bounce off of the quick little drop that we did have about 30 minutes ago. So there you go. That's kind of the way the market looks today. Not really doing a whole lot. And the next data point is tomorrow morning we get the weekly jobs data, right? And that is something that we were kind of talking about yesterday. Is kind of getting in preparation for that because we saw so much strength yesterday on the market that didn't really know how much we would have left in the bullish tank to go much higher before we got to jobs data on Thursday. So kind of anticipatory trading, right? On if jobs data comes in pretty bad, there's a pretty good air pocket where we drop a little bit. We can talk a little bit more about that on the daily picture. But this little end of the day, a couple weeks ago, I kind of mentioned, when we were doing some sell down, possibly bouncing, if we got like a little rapid rise towards the end of the day, and that's kind of way yesterday, the end of the day felt. We had like we tried to rapidly bounce, but it was kind of like more of a rapid knee-jerk reaction. We tried to bounce, we dropped when we kind of bounced right there at the end. So it's kind of a weird end to the day there, but that's kind of the way that felt yesterday. It's like if we get that, a couple weeks ago I was mentioning if we get that kind of look, I wouldn't want to be bullish on that. And yeah, I would still have stood by that even when I was seeing that yesterday at the end of the day. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be bullish on that. Just I don't really see the upside right now. I want to see a little bit more patience. Anyways, let's keep rolling through it. Q's actually negative. Seeing quite a bit of selling come in on the tech side of things, so pretty sure sector rotation will probably confirm all of that. IWM, nice. Gap up here on the IWM is currently down about 0.75%. Okay. Nice little sell down there for the first hour. DIA is basically flat. Had basically a flat open. A little bit higher, but not really doing a whole lot. RSP, basically flat for the day. A little bit of a gap up there. Okay. RSP, yeah, nice little gap up. A little bit of a red. Small day so far. Not really doing a whole lot. If we do get a quick drop tomorrow, I mean, we're above some moving averages. Could possibly play the bounce off of those moving averages and keep going bullish. But if we fall through those moving averages, I'd be curious to see how that probably won't be looking good going forward. Anyways, DIA kind of retesting right into this lower end here. That's kind of where it was yesterday. Might take a day or two to reject out of that. IWM, okay, has been having a hard time getting through this through some of these levels here. Some of those moving averages. Qs have made it pretty far, actually. Opened right at the 100 daily yesterday. Went right through the 20. Got to the 50 today. And that's kind of all it is right now. I mean, it's just kind of wait and see. But it is what it is. I'm going to throw a line on here because I'm just kind of curious on how this kind of connects in. Not quite. Looks like we kind of breached that downtrending. I just wanted to check that. All right, SPY. Does this connect in? Possibly. It's going to be close. Not quite to this high that we had back on August 1st. But if you take the body of August 1st, the open, it's kind of where we are now. If you connect in those downtrending lines. So, all right. Anyways, I just wanted to give some different looks there. Take a look at the VIX, the VIX, VIX. Yeah, it's continuing to pull back. Not surprised. 17 though, man, this is a level that has been pretty important in the previous couple of years. So we'll see if we just go right through it here. We'll find out. DXY. Obviously dropped off pretty good there yesterday on the DXY. Has not quite continued. Has not gotten below this low that we had on August 5th on the DXY. Interesting. Okay. Not to say that it won't get below it tomorrow, but not doing it so far today. GLD gold. I'm surprised gold's down as much as it is, especially with the dollar down. Yields are down. Interesting. Okay. Might just be hanging out. I mean, this thing might just be getting really compressed in here. If we start to pop up out of here, gold might just be on an absolute tear higher. Yield, 10-year yield. Okay, a few days in a row here, kind of red. I don't really know. I don't really know if I like that. Yields keep going lower. Look, they might just be in a sideways for now. Yeah, I think I'd just be neutral on yields. As far as the two-year, kind of crazy move this morning. We got the CPI data. All right. As far as that though, it's just kind of hanging out. It's not really doing anything. It's not really down much. Just kind of flat. As far as the 30-year look, 30 years down, pretty good. Okay. So yields are kind of continuing lower on the longer end. Not so much on the shorter end. And as far as the 10 and 2 inversion, yeah, I mean, it had a pretty good drop, mostly because of the 2-year had that crazy wick higher. So it didn't really hold that, but HYG, high yield corporate bonds, are basically flat. Had a pretty good day yesterday. Looking all right there. LQD continuing higher. Are we going to take out this high from late December? I'll be pretty honest. It looks like we probably will. Might not be tomorrow, but probably will. TLT is not continuing to take out this trend that we were on for the past couple of weeks, but it is continuing higher today. Just hasn't gotten up to the early August highs yet. And sector rotation for the day. Communications, the biggest lagger there. Discretionary is also underperforming, so it's not really coming from tech. I mean, it could be big tech, but it's not coming from the tech sector. It's just coming from, either Amazon, Tesla, Meta, or Alphabet. So we'll check that here in a second. Anyways, materials also underperforming. Energy's a little bit underperformance there. Industrials kind of in line with the market. Tech has outperformed, but they were underperforming early on, up until about 40 minutes ago, and then they went on a pretty good run there. Healthcare also outperforming. Utilities outperforming. Staples outperforming. Higher end of the day, financials and real estate. As far as intraday price action, utilities seeing a pretty good inflow there. Okay, so utilities seeing a pretty good buy up action there in the first hour. Staples also doing pretty well. Yeah, the first 30 minutes, Staples were doing pretty good. Real estate, healthcare, financials, all outperforming. Industrials in line with the market there. Energies underperforming. Materials, communications, and tech underperforming. Okay, discretionary is biggest underperforming, but you can see tech actually is getting hit pretty good there for the first hour. Even though over the past like 40 minutes it did go on a nice little run there. And as far as checking out the heat map, just high level, see where some of the weakness is. Yeah, discretionaries, XLY is getting hit from Tesla being down 3 1/3, and then Alphabet hitting, the communication sector down 3.5%. So that's why those two sectors are actually getting hit, and everything else, as far as like big tech wise, yeah, kind of mixed. Not really doing a whole lot. We see some other Lilly's up, Merck, some other, health stocks, pharmaceutical stuff, not really performing, but Lily's doing pretty good.